Alright, so what we're going to do is set the cut lines for our print, and I'll start with something simple like a rectangle. What you're going to need to do is make a copy of it right on top of the other one, and I can use Alt down arrow and then let go of Alt up arrow to make sure I have a copy right on top of the other one. Now I'm going to go to Window Pathfinder, and I'm going to click on this to blend them all into one shape. I don't know why my text did that, but you should now have a box. It's not letting me erase there. You should have a box right on top of the other one. If you have a more complex shape like this, same thing, make a copy of it with Alt up arrow, down arrow, and then use that. And you should now have a copy right on top. The reason we use the Pathfinder is that in case it's got a lot of complex objects in it, it converts it into one shape, which is what we're going to need for the next step. So basically what we need to do is we need to get a stroke on here that's got this kind of magenta color like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to set the cut marks. Those pink lines are going to be the cut marks. That's why we had to make a copy first, so that we can do that on top of it. And the same thing with this one. We're going to eventually convert it to these pink outlines, which again will be the cut marks there. Now for some people, you don't even have a fill. Your final object's going to just look like this, which means it's just going to cut. It's not going to print anything. And those pink cut marks are where it's going to print. Cut. Okay, so once we have that duplicate on top of the other one, we need to give it that stroke color. We're going to find that stroke color in our swatch libraries, other library, and on your W drive. If you go into the spot color library, Illustrator, and then Roland VersaWorks, it's going to open up this swatch library right here. There's only 5 colors, and each of those does a different function. We just want this cut one right here. Cut contour. So, and not on the fill, but on the stroke. So let me switch those with this button. And make sure it's pretty thin. You want it to be about half a point right there. And that is what it should look like when it's ready to go. Now that it's all set, you should have it be on your artboard right now. Let me get rid of this artboard. You're now going to submit it for cut. And in order to do that, you're going to do a file, export, export as. You're going to choose an EPS file, which is not on here because I think you actually have to do a file save as. Let's try that again. Yep, file save as, not an export. You want to definitely check use artboards because I don't want to see all the stuff around it. I only want to see it, so make sure you do that. And then you probably want to save it now into your Creative Cloud files. Should be your first name, personal logo, maybe something like that. I'm going to click Save, an EPS file, and then that is what you want to submit on Classroom under the personal logo project. That's it. I'm going to post this now.